Temperance is about balance when it's upright. When it's not, it's about everything being upside down and wrong side up. So for those of you out there feeling the sting of this particular situation, the following set of pulse readings is just for you, depending on what it is that's caused your imbalance, that is. Check out the description to fast forward to the readings that best fit your situation. Or you just join my company and watch the whole video. Come on, be original. Everyone say yes. Everyone else says no. So your problem is the Six of Swords. The reason why your world is unbalanced is because you're forced to do something you don't want to do. To the point where it's actually like you'd rather go to the dentist and pull your teeth out because it actually would be more fun. But as it turns out, if you mix these two cards together, you end up with the Page of Swords, which is bravery. Which means, unfortunately for you, you're going to have to just do this because this actually was meant to happen for you. This is actually a thing. This is whatever it is, the Six of Swords, whatever it is that you don't want to do. Unfortunately, it's actually part of your destiny in order to do it. I know. Now you're unhappy with me. But the crown of this is the Queen of Pentacles, which I sense is just pure benevolence. So it's like, I don't know necessarily, it could just be, it definitely is not you, this person, whoever it is. So it's a source of feminine energy that's just basically providing for you. Whether or not you want to get into whether or not it's feminine energy or not, it doesn't really matter. All I sense from this particular card is just absolute provision. So the whole point of this like Six of Swords thing is to give you something that you do not have, even though you don't like it. Take these two cards and mix them together, you end up with the Four of Cups. And the reason why I have it upside down here is because it's the end of your indecision. You see, the problem is if you do have it your way, you'll just sit on this decision forever and you'll never ever make it. But that's why this whole thing has happened, to make the decision for you. So now you don't have to worry about it anymore. You take your indecision finally over with, and you take that bravery that you're going to have, and you mix those two together, and ultimately you end up with the Two of Wands. Do you stay or do you go? And the answer is you're going to go, because you should, because you have to. But more importantly, what I want to point out in this particular card is the artwork itself. Because just like one of the things I was talking about recently, the artwork is everything. Look at what he's doing. By having this Two of Wands, by giving this option, you get to go up to the top of whatever tower it is he's standing on and look at the world from a completely different perspective, and that is the point. The only reason why you're not happy about the Six of Swords thing is because you don't really know what it is you're getting into, but if you were up there on top of that and you got to see the world from that perspective, it might be a little more appealing. So that is that. If the Six of Swords, if the price is right, if you actually are facing the Six of Swords and that is your reading, that's how you get out of it, by accepting it. You don't really have much of a choice in the matter, unfortunately. Your problem is the Five of Pentacles for emptiness. That terrible feeling inside of you where you feel hopeless, like nothing's ever going to get better. Like you're just never going to find that special somebody. Mix that with broken temperance and you get the reverse Ten of Swords. Because the Ten of Swords is about getting over the betrayal. Because the whole reason why you're feeling this emptiness and you feel like it's never ever going to change or never get better is based on the past. Because in the past you've been screwed over and you figure it's just going to keep going like that. Because you always get screwed over. But that doesn't have to be the way it is forevermore. It really doesn't. Not at all. You just have to believe. Believe. Believe in something. Believe that maybe the keys will work when I push them. Ground of this is the Eight of Cups. I can't get in there today. It's the Eight of Cups reversed because it's wanderlust. It's the end of your wanderlust as a result of this reading. I'm going to give you hope. Hope like you've never had it before. Hope like you've never had it in your life. This is it. This is the big moment. Take your broken temperance, take the end of wanderlust and mix those together. You end up with the Queen of Wands, which is specific. If you're the feminine energy, this is you getting what you want. If you're masculine energy, it's you finding who you want. So it's all good and well. Well and good. It's all good and well and good. You mix the Queen of Wands here with the end of the betrayal. Once you let go of this betrayal, what you're going to do as a result of this reading, right? Because I told you to let go of the betrayal. You can't. The past does not determine the future. Just said it 100 times. I'll just keep saying it till you get it in your skull. Mix these two together and you end up with the King of Wands. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's the King and Queen of Wands together, which is everything you ever wanted when it comes to relationships and the fulfillment that you need to find the person that you want. Doesn't matter which person you are. If you're the king, you find the queen. If you're the queen, you find the king. Doesn't matter. Point is, this is going to work. Thank you very much. It's all because of this reading. You're welcome. Have a great day. Your problem seems to stem from the Chariot. You have very heavy decisions coming up for you that's actually very difficult for you to face. You're terrified. You don't know what to do with it. It's such a huge life-changing decision. But when you mix it with the Temperance that's broken, and you end up with the Page of Swords for bravery, because you need to be brave, because this is a very good thing that's happening to you, even though you're scared to death of making the decision. The nice thing about the Chariot is you cannot get this one wrong. The universe has your back. It's just giving you the options so that you'll pay attention to the moment more than it has to do with actual, free will or anything. If you believe in that sort of thing, which I don't. Do we have will? Yes. Is it free? Nothing is free. Nothing at all is free. Ground of this, which is your reward as a result of this reading, is the Four of Swords, behind that bravery thing. This one's more specific because I want you to once again take a look at the imagery. The idea is a blessing, you see, because it's supposed to represent peace between battles, but I like the artistry here because it's basically saying you're being blessed with, it's trying to give you a confidence boost. It's trying to say, listen, you have nothing to worry about. This decision is already made for you. You've already made you've already made the decision. You're not here to make the choice. You've already made it. You're here to understand why you made it. Seriously, that's the whole thing. Take that card, you mix this card, you end up with the Page of Cups, which is the beginning of a new journey, which is the whole point of this. Of course it's scary, because it's a brand new thing. You've never done it before. It's freaking sweet. You should totally be happy. It's going to be awesome. Seriously, I'm not lying. You take the Page of Cups, you take the Page of Swords, and then you switch them around back and forth, and everyone dances, because that's really, whatever. Mix them together, and you end up with the Queen of Cups, which is also nice and pretty. Look how pretty the Queen of Cups is, especially here in this particular thing. Isn't that nice? Queen of Cups is for feminine energy, is you finding love. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be love of a person. It could be love of anything. But it's just basically you coming to a much better place. And if you're of masculine energy, it's you discovering something along the lines of that in a feminine energy kind of way. So it's something feminine in nature that has to do with love, some sort of just really beneficial, really benevolent energy. And that's what you're going to encounter as a result of all of this once you actually accept the Chariot and make your decision. So go ahead and make it already. What are you waiting for? Come on! Such a pretty card. Look at that. Look how pretty it is. See the castle in the background and the thing or whatever? So, oh, it's such a shame that it's upside down. But the root of your unbalance is lack of drive, because you don't have the ambition, or you don't know what, you don't have a goal, or maybe you just, I don't know. What is it that causes people not to have ambition? Whatever it is that's causing you not to have ambition, it's the lack of ambition that's causing you to have the lack of temperance. So we got to do something about that. We got to do something about it right now. You take these two cards and mix them together, you get Justice, which suggests that the thing that's causing you to have the lack of drive is you didn't believe that it was possible for justice to happen. That justice was not going to come for you as a result of whatever it is that's kept you down in the first place. So I guess you're wrong as a result of this reading. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Yeah, I'm thinking. Your next card, the crown of this, is the Knight of Pentacles for material shift positive as a result of this justice that's coming in. So whatever injustice you've suffered, especially if it was related to materialism or finances or anything like that, is about to be shifted. Thank you very much as a result of this reading. Boy, I'm on a roll today when it comes to this stuff. Mix these two cards together, you end up with the Hierophant for faith. And it should be noted that this particular reading has 1, 2, 3, 4 majors, 4 out of 6, which means destiny is at hand. Your fate has been, the fate has been sealed. You will be destroyed. You won't be destroyed. It's not going to work like that. But anyway, your faith will be restored as a result of this, not only in the universe, but in me. And that just touches my heart so much. Hi again. Hello. I'm Mr. Ed. You have the Hierophant, you have justice. You mix those two together, and ultimately at the end you have death. Seriously though, the whole thing is about natural change, because this whole thing is an end to your suffering and an end to the whatever period of time it was before you lost your drive and the birth of your imagine if your drive was like a part in your car and it's completely destroyed and it's been for a really long time. Now you get a brand new part. So now you can take your car and you can drive it the way you're supposed to. It's going to be great. Everything's going to be awesome. You're welcome. This one's going to be interesting. You know, the funny thing about the Knight of Swords, the reason why I'm leaving this one upright is because The thing about the Knight of Swords is, if it was, it's not about the lack of determination that's done it for you this time. This time it's just the one thing about the Knight of Swords that's unfortunate. It doesn't have the same thing as all the other Knights. The Knight of Swords is about determination. If you are somebody who's too determined, you can end up trampling over a lot of people and doing a lot of damage just by not paying attention to your surroundings while you're busy rushing towards your goal. And that's what this is about. This was caused you to be unbalanced. The very thing I always warn people about when it comes to the Knight of Swords is the thing, unfortunately, that you fall into the trap of. But fear not. Broken Temperance plus that too much of a determination thing. Mix these two together, you end up with the Two of Cups. And I believe this one's for forgiveness, actually. It's basically the idea of let's just make a toast, make some peace, whatever. Let's be done with it. Like, there's no reason for us to... You're being forgiven for the fact that you just got a little over. You basically just got ahead of yourself. You just got a little too overzealous, went a little too far. Just got a little carried away. Ground of this is the Three of Pentacles for Enterprise, which is now what you're being reestablished with. The whole. That's why this whole thing feels like forgiveness, because the idea is like you were wherever it is you were headed, you still can go there. It's just you need to be a little more careful where you're freaking driving next time, because running over people ain't cool. You take these two cards and you mix them together, you end up with the Artist, which is special for this particular deck because this is the only deck that has the Artist, as far as I know. The Artist is 23, I believe. Yes, 23, which is there's the Well and the Artist. The Well is the source of all creation. The Artist is the master of all creation. I call it, in this particular card, it's you've been given the keys. The whole thing is basically the universe is, okay, imagine doing something really stupid and then you pray to God for forgiveness and then God gives you forgiveness. And then basically just says, now you have the keys, your forgiveness is all we needed. It's like Excalibur. Did you ever see Excalibur? John Boardman's Excalibur? He breaks the sword because he actually is supposed to, you're not supposed to be able to break Excalibur, but he uses it to beat Lancelot. Yes, he uses it to beat Lancelot, even though Lancelot was supposed to win because Lancelot's a better fighter. But he uses Excalibur's thing and he breaks the fucking thing. So he throws the sword, broken hilt away, and then the lady re-shows the sword because of how sorry he is. And there you are. Now you've been given the Excalibur back and the keys to your universe, and it's going to be really, really cool now. Because the whole thing is about you now taking the keys and driving the car, you see. The whole thing is like, it's a big deal. Humility. That's the whole point. So you mix these two cards together and ultimately you end up with the Fool! A whole new road for you to travel. The road is opened up for you. It's going to be awesome. Everything's going to be wonderful. And you should also note that this particular reading has 3 majors. So, destiny is at hand. Half the cards are majors. This was meant to happen. You were meant to go through this because everybody makes the mistakes when it comes to the Knight of Swords, because sometimes we're so busy trying to rush toward that goal we can't see what's right in front of us. Bad stuff happens. But you'll be okay. Really. Oh, the Eight of Pentacles upside down. A lack of growth. The whole reason why your temperance is upside down, your imbalance comes from a lack of growth, your lack of leveling up. You've been waiting a while for you to level up. You think you should have already leveled up by now. You're basically waiting for it. You're really freaking out. You're like, why? Why am I waiting? Why is it still happening? Why isn't something good? It's because the universe has got shit to do. And unfortunately, it had shit to do before it got to the point of you leveling up. Luckily for you, you take your broken temperance and the temperance? Temperance. You take your broken temperance and you lack of leveling up here. Mix these two together, you end up with the Sun, because the Sun will come out later today, because it's always today. Even when we get to tomorrow, it's still today, which makes Annie all the more depressing. Thank you, Bo Burnham. But yeah, the Sun's coming up. The Sun's coming for you. So it's like once the Sun comes out, you'll be happier, much, much happier, because you just had to wait. That's all. It was just a matter of patience. To make the pot even sweeter, if you're a poker player, you have the Lovers here too. This particular reading has 1, 2, 3, 4 majors, 4 out of 6, which means it's destiny at hand. I told you, all you have to do is just wait. People are so impatient these days. But the Lovers is coming here, and that can mean so many things. Mostly it's just goodness. It's just goodness and love and positivity, and just positivity and happiness and love and goodness. And if I'm going to keep repeating myself, they'll just get mad at me and won't watch my video anymore. Mix these two cards together, you'll end up with the Knight of Pentacles for a material shift in the positive dimension. So, material shift positive as a result of this reading. You're welcome. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. Knight of Pentacles, the Sun. Mix those two together and you end up with the Priestess, which is the restoration of you believing in your gut, because your gut was telling you the whole thing. All you had to do is just wait. And just wait a little longer, and just wait a little longer. But here, look at the bright side. The whole reason why you had to wait was to see me. So you can sit up here and watch this video and be totally entertained by what I'm doing and appreciative of what I'm doing. So you can be like, oh my God, that's the Heretic Hermit. He's freaking sweet. This is great. And you're going to tell all your friends, right? And you're going to be really cool about it. And everybody's going to come watch my video and things are going to get better for me, which would be really nice. Anyway, you get your gut back. That's all it's about. So you get your gut back and you get to listen to it again. Everything's going to be hunchy freaking dory. Hunky dory. Everything's going to be hunky freaking dory. Thank you. You're welcome. Have a nice day. Merry Christmas. Merry New Year. Happy New Year. Happy Merry New Year. Can you have a Happy Merry New Year? Sure. Why not? Who cares? Your broken temperance is, this one's really interesting. So the idea of this one is that you've gotten everything you wanted, which has caused you imbalance. And I think the reason why this caused you imbalance is because you don't think you deserve it. You've actually gotten a whole bunch recently and things have finally smoothed out and you are freaking the hell out because you're just expecting it all to blow up in your face. You're basically, it's like having a dream and just imagining the dream is too good and you're afraid to go to sleep because you're afraid it'll just stop. You'll just wake up or turn the corner and the dream will just end. But it's not a dream. It's actually happening for real. This is really happening to you. This is not a dream. And you deserve this. You take the broken temperance as a result of this very interesting combination. You mix these two together, you end up with the King of Wands. Now this one's also special. King of Wands here has to do with an exterior force. This is some sort of, it's almost ethereal, some sort of, I don't know if it's spiritual, but it's close. Maybe it's just a person who is spiritual, definitely masculine energy, somebody with passion and life and whatever. It's going to come at least visit you to basically tell you that you totally deserve this. It's okay. It's hard to accept it sometimes when things go good, whatever, but this is just what's supposed to happen for you. Like right now, he's basically like a messenger from the universe saying, it's okay. You're totally cool to have this because it's your turn. It's time for you to just enjoy yourself. The crown of this is the Four of Wands for harmony because as a result of this reading, because I just made you feel about a billion times % better, especially when you actually know who I'm talking about, because something tells me you actually do know who you're talking about. So it's somebody that's either coming to visit or somebody who's, you just know. It's going to be great. So you take your broken temperance, you mix it with the harmony here, and you end up with the resolution of conflict. Now this one's pretty interesting because what I think this one has to do with is the idea of you expecting conflict. You're expecting chaos. You're expecting disorder around every corner, the rest of it. The fact that it's not there almost makes you, is adding to the whole problem that you have where you're just not believing you're actually having what you have. But it's really happening. There's no conflict to be had, or whatever conflict there is, it'll resolve itself. There is no, you're not dreaming. This is actually happening to you. It's pretty freaking awesome. It's really cool. Mix that with your King of Wands here, wherever that particular person is, and you end up with Judgment. Because now is the time for you to have a new life. Now is the time for you to get a second wind. This is the end of the old life and the beginning of the new life, and this new life has to do with you just being happy and enjoying the fact that life is finally giving you a break and you're actually able to enjoy yourself. It's going to be hard for you to buy what I'm telling you, but I'm sure there's, like I said, that King of Wands is going to come in here and really help it out a lot, and other people are too, because you just deserve this. You did good, son. You did good, pig. You did good. You know, from Babe. I never actually saw that movie, but everybody always references it, so there you go. This one's really special. How can you have unbalance from being too generous, you might ask? Well, it's that feeling that you had before where you constantly give out to others, but nobody ever gives back to you, which is kind of where the unbalance starts. But the thing about it that's interesting this time is the problem here has to come down to, actually, that actually is the problem. The problem is you feel like everything you've ever done doesn't get noticed by anybody, but you're about to find out that it not only has been noticed by people, but it's been noticed by a lot of people, and what's going to happen next is going to make you laugh your silly little butt off. You mix your broken temperance with these too much generosity you've got here, you end up with the first of three kings. King of Pentacles. First person's going to come to you of great provision. That's going to be very curious as to how it is you're doing what you're doing and why you're doing what you're doing and all kinds of things and stuff like that there. Quite naturally, the crown of this will be the moon. Actually, I'm wondering if it's a mixed bag. It could be this, it could be that. I don't think you're coming out of illusion. I think you're I think you're going, okay, in a way you're coming out of illusion because you're going to be like, holy shit, somebody actually is paying attention, but the way this thing is going to turn out is going to be like, it's just going to give you more like illusion because you're going to be like, what the hell? Like, just how can so many people at the same time suddenly want so much to do with me? But that's what's going to happen. So very interestingly so. You take your broken temperance, you take the moon here, and you mix them together, you end up with king number 2, the King of Cups, which is somebody who's going to be very interested in you in a personal level. So this person is going to be interested in you as who you are as a human being. Take the King of Cups, you take the King of Pentacles, you mix them together, and for some reason you end up with the King of Swords. So king number 3 here is the King of Kings. This one's the boss king, the one that's going to be running the show. I like the way this lady made this one because he does look like authority, but he also looks like, you know, you don't want to mess with this guy, but at the same time he doesn't look like a complete creep. Some of the other King of Swords look a little mean or whatever, but he doesn't. He looks just, he knows his shit and he just doesn't want you. You can't really fuck with him, but other than that, he's just going to be there for you. So now you have to understand that 3 different leaders, 3 different people of positions of authority are all interested in you at the same time because you thought that your generosity was going to go overlooked, and your skill was going to go overlooked, and you were going to go overlooked, and you're wrong. Now all of a sudden everybody and their cousin wants to look at you, and they're interested in what you can do for them and what you can get for yourself. So just remember, as you enter this period of very interesting illusion, that you should be careful what you wish for. More importantly, you should be grateful what you get, because this is exactly what you were looking for, even though it didn't seem like that was possible up till now. But it is. Uh-oh. Now, technically speaking, this is the reason why you're unbalanced is because you're not accepting death, but I refuse to turn this card upside down because the artwork here is just absolutely phenomenal. You have natural change. Either you're aware of it, you just refuse to see it, or you refuse to see it and you're not aware of it. I don't know how you cannot be aware of it, but either which way, you're resisting change, the change of all changes. You're resisting death, which never ever works good for people. That's how you ended up unbalanced in this one. But take your broken temperance and death, and you mix those 2 together, you end up with the whole purpose of why death has come to you. This is what the result of the death is and why you need to accept it, because the ultimate thing that's going to change is not what you think. You think it's going to be you're losing something really, really important in your life and you're never going to see it again. But what you're really losing is your burdens. Your burdens are finally done. You don't have to keep carrying all the crap you've been carrying all this time. You can actually let this shit go. And since you refuse to let it go yourself, death is going to do it for you. So unless it's just you just are really can't let, you really believe that somehow you have to hold on to all the stuff that you have to hold on to, you're wrong. And death is here to take some of the burden off of you. This is interesting with the Chariot being the crown of this as a reward, because the idea is just that I don't know if it's necessarily just giving you the choice, but it's like it's basically it's making you believe that you have one, is what it comes down to. You can either choose to accept death or not, even though you can't really say no to it anyway. You're just going to have to accept it. It's a matter of timing. So it's like if you don't accept it now, you'll have to accept it at some point. So when you accept it, you lose the burdens. If you don't accept it, you'll keep your burdens, and you can't keep going with your burdens, so it's just kind of going to take care of itself in a roundabout kind of way. Broken temperance in the Chariot, which also means there's 3 majors in this one, which is destiny in hand again. Mix those 2 together, you end up with the King of Swords. If you're masculine energy, it means you become the King of Swords. If you're a feminine energy, means you meet the King of Swords. But more metaphorically, it just means that you become the person you're supposed to be instead of the person that you are right now. Because right now, you're just not who you're supposed to be, and you can become the person you want to be if you can just, accept death, which is not the easiest thing in the world to do. I understand that. Look at this guy. Does he look friendly to you? But either which way, take the Knight of the King of Swords here and be released of your burdens. You mix those 2 together, and finally you end up with the 4 of Cups, which is indecision, which is understandable because at the end of all this, indecision is where you are going to be, because once you're actually free of the burdens, you'll be so confused by the idea you won't know what to do next, which is okay. So basically just a period of time of peace where you get to adjust to the fact of what you've lost and be okay with the fact that what you've lost, which you are totally going to be okay with. And yeah, so there you go. It's all going to be just fine. No, really. Your lack of peace comes from your world being turned upside down as far as you perceive it, especially because it's been turned upside down, you're, well, not only freaked out, but also pretty miserable. Take that, you mix it with temperance reversed, and you get your Four of Swords, which is you needing to just chill. You need to just chill. You think you've lost your whole world. Your world is not turned upside down. Well, I mean, it has turned upside down, but it's not going to stay turned upside down. Let's put it that way. Crown of this is the Six of Cups, which screams to me about the idea that you've lost sight of your father. You know, gunslinger thing from Stephen King? It's not that severe, though. You basically just lost your roots, what it comes down to. You need to go and find your roots again. You're in walking distance. You trying desperately to go home, but you never go home again because you forgot where it is, and now you wish you could go back and all that kind of thing. So you need to reconnect with the past. Temperance reverse plus the reconnection with the past ends up leading you to the Two of Pentacles for a financial shift in the future to positive. Yes, things are going to get better once you realize you need to reconnect with where you've lost. You need to remember where you've lost before you can figure out where you're going. This makes sense, sure? Sure. And finally, shift in material, shift in finance positive, plus that piece of that you're going to have with the Four of Swords mixed together leads you to the Empress. Major number 3 in this reading, which means destiny is at hand, which is abundance from the universe, which is why I say your world, it may have turned upside down for now, but the world keeps turning. The world keeps, it does, it really does. The world just keeps turning. See? So it's like, even though your world's upside down now, give it a minute. It'll be back. It'll be okay. It'll all turn out in the end. You'll be just fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Uh-oh. It looks like you've lost your way. Seriously, you lost your way. You're lost. You thought you had confidence. You were pretty sure you were going in the right direction, but you're completely lost now. And that's a shame. Temperance reverse plus this equals the King of Cups. If you're masculine energy, you're going to find your heart again. If you're feminine energy, you're going to find somebody who's going to give you your heart back. Give you your heart. Start your heart up again. Yeah. Start your heart up again. Yeah. And I can give you a little bit of help from the universe with the Knight of Pentacles for a shift in materialism positive. This actually has more to do with shift in perspective, really. It's like you're going to be looking at things a little bit differently now as a result of this reading. Oh, it didn't stop. What a surprise. Take this card, you mix that card, you throw them together, you end up with the end of your illusion. It's the moon being able to see through the illusion that the moon has created, which is what this is all about. There's 3 majors in this reading too, so destiny is at hand. You're about to see through the illusions that have kept you confused for a really long time. Take the reverse moon, you take the King of Cups, you mix them together, and ultimately you end up with the Five of Swords reversed, which is the end of you beating yourself up for some mistake that you made, or some error that you did, or some error in judgment, or something that's held you back. It's the reason why you've been stuck with the moon. It's the reason why you felt lost your way. It's about thinking you knew it all and then being humbled, being humiliated. It's about thinking you knew for sure which way things were going to go and you got a little arrogant about it. So this whole thing is about releasing you from that and forgiving you for the mistake, because you realize now that you did make a mistake and you're lost. It reminds me of that Patrick McGowan play that he did that put him on the map, which I suddenly can't think of the name of. It was in black and white way back in the day. It's on YouTube if you want to see it. Can't remember it. He's a really, really, really intense priest that absolutely believes in God, but he believes in it so much that he lets it cloud his judgment on many a thing, including love and life and all the rest of it. But it's just that he is so ferociously driven toward that particular point, he can't let it go. It's a great movie film. I'll see if I can find it, and I'll put a note up there or something. Yeah, Brand, I think it is, something like that. Patrick McGowan, play, black and white. Put him on the map. Look it up on Google, you'll find it. Oh, I bet this one's going to get a lot of hits. Two of Pentacles reversed is shift in finance, negative. So your finances have taken a turn for the worse. That's got to be a popular one today. Next up, with Temperance reversed, you end up with the Two of Cups. The salvation that you need lies in the arms of someone you like or love, or just someone who wants to partner up with you. I don't know, somebody you really care about. That's the answer. Ground of this is the Ten of Cups for happiness, which means happiness is right around the corner as a result of this reading, especially once you get busy with that person with the Two of Cups, since it looks like you're going to have some fun with that person. I don't know how far it's going to go, but it's definitely a joyous occasion. Next to that, with the Temperance reversed, you end up with the sun coming out, because it'll be a brand new day of joy and happiness and all kinds of stuff they say, because stuff, you know. Take the sun, you take the Two of Cups, you mix those two together, ultimately you end up with the King of Swords. It's the feeling of majesty, of control, of getting back in the saddle, of being back in charge, of being back in the reins, of sitting in, you're steering the boat, you're steering the ship, you're the captain, you're the big boss, the head honcho, the big cheese. Whatever. Point is that the whole loss of finance thing is making you feel pretty inadequate right now, because we value people based on how much money they have, which is fucking stupid. But anyway, since it's a temporary thing, you're going to. There are other things in life besides money. No, really, there really are. There really are. There's more things behind money. Okay, but you just keep doing that. But yeah, so you'll figure that all out thanks to this reading. And that, as they say, that's Temperance. Yeah, so exciting. Not, but. At least it's there, so there you go. There's this video, there's the Temperance, there you go. I hope you like this video. I hope you watch the whole thing. That would be really nice. I hope somebody sees the damn thing, considering how long it took me to make the friggin' thing. This is taking me a couple days, but whatever. YouTube is fun, isn't it? Oh, yes, it is. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please like and subscribe to my channel. I don't know what else to say. Oh, the past doesn't determine the future. Remember that your past does not determine your future, because it doesn't. And I hope you have a good day. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the video, and let me know in the comments if you'd like to actually have a session with me where you actually hook up with me and I actually help you get through shit together. Huh?